What's going on, guys? This is Chandler Smith, and I know a lot of you have been looking forward to a finished home video, and I was too, but unfortunately we're now a year and a half into this build and we're still not there. We've run into a ton of bumps because of COVID and a myriad of other things that I'm going to talk about in this video. We are also now more than $1 million over budget, so we're going to talk about that too, and we're going to take you on the tour through the whole home so that you can kind of get a taste of where we're at. The only thing I ask of you guys is to make sure that you watch this a lot and smash the like button. I did the math, and in order for me to cover how far we are over budget, I only need 66 million views on this video. So the more you watch, the more I'll hopefully be able to afford it. Thanks, guys. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, there is some sarcasm in my voice because I do think it's kind of funny. We had a great year with our sales force, a great year with real estate, great year with YouTube. Does that make me being $1 million over budget? Does that make me happy about it? Not really, but sometimes you just gotta laugh at it. The one thing I want to say before we go into this, I have worked with our builder now for the last year and a half, and I really don't have a negative thing to say about him. He has worked so hard for me. He has done really a great job dealing with all of these things as they've come. And the reality is COVID and all the issues that it's caused has just been absolutely horrible on building a house of this size in this area. And so we're just gonna share some of those problems with you and also take you on a walkthrough. And at the end of the day, are we over budget? Yes. But I also think that the value of this home is going to be substantially more than what we've ended up paying for it just because of what the market's done. It's been absolutely insane what's happened. And so I'm excited to show you where we're at, even though I have shed some tears with how far we are over budget and how far we are past the date that we thought we were going to be in the home. But let's go inside and we'll talk about it. Again, just keep in mind, all I need is 66 million views on this video. So it'd really mean a lot if you just smash that like button. Ad revenue, it just doesn't pay like it used to. And so you guys just keep on watching. Other thing to keep in mind, I think it's 2 degrees out here. So I'm ready to get inside the house. The most exciting news is that the house now has electricity, which means we've been able to get it heated. I want to talk to you about something though. As you can see, I don't know what all these things mean, but they mean the house has a lot of electricity. Now, the standard home doesn't have a pool and all of the square footage with a basketball court and other open spacing that we've needed, and that requires a ton of electricity. And so my builder told me we have about 4 times as much electricity as his standard home, and he is a custom home builder. Because of that, when we went to hook up the electricity, the transformer was not large enough. Now we picked the worst time to find this out because it was right going into winter where we needed heat in the house to continue working on the house. It was also when, after months of it not snowing, it decided to absolutely dump on us. And what happens when it snows is lots of people get in wrecks and lots of people run into, electrical poles and cause lots of electrical issues. So we have been hounding the city for literally the last 2 months to try and get them here to put in that new box. Now, fortunately for us, they finally got the box in. It's been about 2 weeks ago. And since they got that in, my builder has been absolutely cranking to get to the next step in the process. But if you're wondering why so little has happened over this period of time, it's because we've been begging and pleading, and it's technically not the city, we're county. We've been begging and pleading for the county to come and put in that box. You can see before there was 1 box, now there are 2 new boxes. And that fixed our problem so that now we have enough electricity for everything that's going on inside the home, and we've been able to continue the building process. Yeah, it's just been the perfect storm of COVID and a myriad of other things that have really had us dragging our feet, and prices continue to go up, and that's just life. And I'm freezing, so we're gonna go inside now. All right, so first off, that was the other reason we've had electrical issues with the house, is I knew the world is kind of going the direction where we're gonna have a lot of electric cars. I already own two with the Tesla Plaid and the Porsche Taycan. So I had them put in 4 car chargers. So we have one here, we have one over there, we have one right here, and we have one over there. Because I just assumed I would need them, but that is a real pull on electricity if you want them all to work at the same time. Why everything in the house is still working at the same time. I just didn't want to have this house have issues where, you know, we were short on electrical. So another one of the things that really is driven up the amount of electricity we need. Oh guys, it's so cool to walk into the house and have it be warm, because this is our second winter of building, and it's really toasty in here. So first off, you can see that the drywall is up, and they have started doing the tape. Texture will come next, and there's a lot of that still to go, but none of this could be done when it was cold inside. So we were waiting to have it be warm enough in here so they could get cranking on that. The other thing is we could have brought in heaters, but again, with no electricity, we were pulling a cord from that front corner off of what we had because we couldn't link it up to the house, and it just would have been a nightmare to try and heat individual rooms for them. So another reason that we're just now getting cranking on these parts. I'm gonna turn this down. All right, that's one thing that can kill your ad revenue, is if there's, you know, some of that going on that I get in trouble for. And again, we need that ad revenue. Comment 35 times each for the algorithm. Anything you can do, just leave it on play for the next 18 days, just re-watching this video. It's really fun to see stuff moving because it's kind of been sitting stagnant for a while, but it looks like they're really cranking. All of this has been done in the last day. So just give you a taste of all of the tape that's going on. Looks like they've even done the high areas just recently. So I'm gonna take you through just so you can get a feel of it now that everything has drywall. However, the thing I'm most excited about is showing you a couple of the other major bummer issues that have happened, and to show you where we're at in the pool, because we've gotten the pool looking like an actual room, where that was one of my bigger complaints working with the pool company, and they came in clutch for us, and I'm really excited how that room's gonna turn out. But let's take you in here. All right, we're gonna take you back to the master bathroom closet, and we've actually made a couple updates. We finally have all the cabinet plans for the whole house done, so I might show you our game plan for this, but this is where the master bed is going to go. This is the bathroom. We're going to have the tub here, vanity here, and then the shower we're really excited about because it's going to be glass all the way up to the ceiling, which I think is gonna be really cool. We're still figuring out what kind of stone we wanna use in here, but we've just about got everything dialed in. Yes, we were hoping to be done with the house by this point, yet we still don't have certain things done. I think the more time you have to make a decision, the more time that you change your mind. So we're just about to get everything dialed in. In here, originally we were gonna have an island that connects and then cabinets on both sides, but now we're just gonna have an island so you can walk through around with all of our shelving for clothes. So my wife's super pumped about this room. She's gonna have a little makeup stand area here too, and it's gonna be fun. In here is the laundry room. So we'll have the laundry set up, a little sink, cabinets with some countertops. So that's the master. This is gonna be my main office right here. And so we're gonna have cabinets put in on this wall, desk right here. And one thing that I'm way excited about is I'm actually getting drawings done of all of the properties that we own. And as we buy new properties, we'll add that, but kind of like a wall of, I don't know what you'd call it, a wall of properties. So I'm really excited to see that come together. But we'll show you upstairs really quick. So we've got railings going in that are gonna be metal with some wood on the top. This is gonna be a little library area. And then this is a little loft with a TV. It's so fun to see these rooms actually enclosed now, but this is gonna be my daughter's room. This is a little Jack and Jill bathroom with the tub, toilet, the other bedroom. This is going to be a second laundry room with shelving on each side and some countertops, and then the washer and dryer in the middle. Then we're gonna have glass doors right here that will look cool. That's one thing that we actually changed on the house. And so with being over budget, it's kind of come for a couple reasons. One, costs have exploded, which I'm gonna talk about in just a minute on some things where we really had to bite the bullet just because of COVID, either because you can't get a hold of the more reasonable price stuff, or it's just not available, or prices are just astronomical and you still have to wait forever to get it. So there's that. There are just the things that like have gone up in price or we have to pay more for it. But there are also things where going through the house, we're like, hey, we want to add this. It would be super cool. And one of the things I think we're spending, I want to say it's close to like $50,000 just, it might even be more than that, but it's just on metal doors with glass that we've decided to put throughout the house. So we're way excited about those. Those will look really cool, but they're substantially more expensive than had we done like solid core wood doors. But they're also substantially cooler. So in here is another bedroom. Moisture, we're gonna talk about that in a minute. I'm gonna explain what's going on. And then this is the last bedroom. I think that my son's gonna have this bedroom, and it's a lot bigger than it looked like on the plans. So we might have some issues with kids being frustrated about that. We'll figure it out when it comes. First thing with price, there are those things that we've had to pay more for, like those doors that we wanted. But an example of something we've had to spend more on that we weren't really planning on is we want nice trim for the home. So you've got the base and then the casing around all of the windows, around the doors. We got nicer stuff, and so it needs to be special ordered. We put that order in clear back in like September. We are now going into February and they haven't even started making that. So what we've had to do is with anything MDF that's special order, which is like the, I don't want to describe it as fiberboard, but they custom design it and then you paint over it, but it isn't solid hard wood. And if you go to solid hard wood, it's substantially more expensive. You probably don't know, but most homes use MDF, whether it's custom trim and base or, you know, not so custom. Usually MDF is what you use. And so not very many people use hardwood unless they're actually showing the wood, which we're not because we're painting the trim. But we're having to pay for hardwood to get it here in a reasonable amount of time so we can finish the house, because if we wait for custom MDF, who knows when it'll ever show up. We've tried multiple places. We put in an order with the place we thought was the best back in September. And up to this point, they've told us we have no idea when we're gonna even start your project or if we're gonna start it. And a lot of these companies have even stopped taking orders altogether for MDF. So now we're faced with the decision of, do we try and, well, we didn't have a whole lot of a decision. We went with hardwood that they can make here locally, and you pay way more because wood has gone way up to begin with, and usually people don't pay for that. They're just gonna do MDF. So that's another thing that really gouged price on us. Now with the water, I'll take you outside, but we actually have areas that we knew we were going to need heat strips so that we wouldn't get big ice dams. But then we finally got electricity, we turned on the heat, we immediately ended up with ice dams before we got heat strips, which then have caused some moisture issues that now we've also had to take care of. If you look right here, you're getting all of this moisture that has come down and is actually getting inside the wall. So we're getting moisture issues in the bedroom upstairs, in the kitchen right here, and then really bad down in the locker room that we're gonna show you. We're gonna double check because there's a chance that it's a roofing issue, but when they went up here to check it out, unfortunately, any of your north facing stuff in Idaho gets wrecked. And you can see we've just got this perfect storm in that dip there where we need to keep a heating strip. They've now got it up there, but we definitely need to figure out what to do for that joint once things thaw. And unfortunately, that's gonna take a minute, but it's causing our moisture issues, which has also been something that's slowed us down a little bit. So I'm gonna pop up pictures right when the moisture originally showed up because of that blockage. There's about 10 inches of ice up in that dip, and a lot of times that forces things up into any cracks and crevices, makes water run the other direction to get down inside. So we'll go show you the damage that caused. The other thing, I want an honest opinion from all my roofers out there. Should this have happened regardless of how much ice is on the roof? Because in my mind, I feel like there's still got to be some issue up there that needs to be fixed other than just the fact that there's way too much ice buildup. Maybe I'm wrong though. But I think that's right where it's really getting in there. So yeah. Other thing that I was excited about in here was Maddie's music room. Now, one thing that we messed up on a little bit is they had to drop the ceiling down, and when we designed the home, we didn't know for sure whether those were gonna happen. And so she was really excited for a cool lighting fixture here. But when they dropped that down, we had to completely change the plans for this room. But with it dropped down, naturally, like your attention goes over here where the ceiling's higher. And so we're like, oh, should we frame that down? What should we do? But our designer helped us come up with a dope idea to put a bookshelf there with a ladder in the higher section. So I'll show you pictures of that, but I'm way excited of throwing that in. In here, we originally thought we were gonna be waiting for speakers because they were way booked out, even though we ordered them months and months and months ago. But the boxes are in, the speakers are here. You come and put the speakers in after, but the boxes are all framed in. And this theater room is gonna be so sick. We got some really cool seating, but all of these speakers are actually behind the screen, and they make the screen with like these microscopic holes so the sound comes through really good. It's gonna be really cool. So that'll all be covered by the screen, and then the sound system is supposed to be pretty freaking sweet. So we're really excited about that. Back in here is just a guest room. I'll give you the quick walkthrough. This was another area where we had to change up the lighting because we had a fur down that we had to deal with. So the ceilings are really high, but in some areas it's furred down a foot. This is the last fur down we were a little bummed with, just for all the HVAC stuff, which has had us need to change what we're gonna do for cabinets over here. So if you look over here, we're gonna have to bring this out 4 inches, and then we're gonna have to bring this out 4 inches so that it's even. I didn't realize how many things like this happen throughout the building process. I don't know if that's on us or the designer or the builder. I do know the drywall dust gets to you after being down here for a minute. So we're gonna have a kitchenette back here. We've got our furnaces up and running, which is way exciting. So they've been here working on those. Oh, nice and toasty. Got both of them running. Maybe you guys don't care about that, I don't know. Another bathroom here. And then this is always my favorite part. Now, if you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I've taken on a new shoe addiction. Now, the reason for this is twofold. Let me show you. We built this space originally as storage, and we weren't sure what we were gonna use it for. And it's been a long, work in progress. My YouTube channel was a lot smaller then, but I was like, hey, we could add in a YouTube studio. So in here, this is just a ton of extra storage for like equipment we use in the gym and then storage for our house. It wraps around and is the whole size of the garage, minus this space over here. Now I'm way excited about this space because I'm gonna put my YouTube studio set up here, which a lot of you give me flack about because my lighting is subpar and my setup is subpar. It's gonna be really nice in here. But then this entire wall, I'm going to make a glass shoe wall. So it'll have, I think it's like 160 something shoes with this glass wall that I think is gonna be really cool. So that's one of the reasons I've been on a shoe buying spree lately. And then over here, we're gonna have a little setup where we can film like podcast type video. Here will just be my normal video. And then this has been blocked off because we haven't turned the heat on to the locker room and the pool area, but we're gonna show you all that's been done up there, and we saved it for last because the pool room is finally starting to come together, and I'm really excited to show you. Over here is gonna be the workout room, and one thing I did in the workout room that I'm excited about, maybe you guys won't think it's that cool, but I put in some really nice speakers here and in the basketball court, and then we're gonna have a sub in here, so when you're working out, you can really shake the house. So we've got room for all of that, and then all of this is gonna be a glass wall. In the basketball court, we're gonna, well, you're just gonna have to wait and see, but we've got a really cool design for the basketball court. We might tease, I've got a new logo we've been working on. Maybe it'll be in here, maybe it won't, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, other thing I forgot to add, all the glass doors. So this is gonna be glass and metal doors, that's gonna be glass and metal doors. Into the locker room is gonna be glass and metal doors. Into that music room I showed you is gonna be glass and metal, and I'll pop up some pictures here so you know what kind of glass and metal I'm talking about, but it's gonna be sweet. So I was going on and on about the glass and metal doors downstairs. We're also gonna have some here going into my office, and then over here, I don't know what room, like a crafts room, homework room type thing. Yeah, let's go out here. Oh, one other thing, locker room downstairs, gonna be cool. Too dark to show you anything. It's all blocked off. So the stone has been moving slowly but surely, and I'm gonna show you guys where they're working on it over here. Temperatures have been super chilly. They've just built stuff up. Our exterior people haven't been in a super hurry because our builders kind of put them in other places while we're waiting for power on the house, because their job's easier with power. So now they've been up and running again now that they need power for it to stay warm. So yeah, check that out. That's awesome. Coming along. All right, now we're in the pool room. And guys, I don't know why we waited so long to put this in, but they needed it to get the ceiling drywall done. So this gives you a real feel of like how big the pool room's gonna be. It's gonna be awesome. This is the pool, the hot tub, little waterfall from the hot tub to the pool. We've got tile looking pavers for all of this area that's gonna come together. I think we did a little overkill for the HVAC system in here, but I just told them I wanted to make sure we didn't have issues. So all of the HVAC is stainless steel in the pool area. We way over insulated, so we did the foam insulation throughout this entire room. We did half foam in all the rest of the house and something else because he said that was gonna be best for sound and keeping in heat. But this will hopefully make it so that no moisture exits the pool and the HVAC system keeps it smelling really fresh in here, because our biggest thing is we didn't want it to smell like pool in here, but we especially didn't want it to smell like pool anywhere else in the house. So this will all be closed off with doors. Then we've got all of our pool equipment back here, and then this massive HVAC system here. And it's so cool to see it all closed in. Once it was closed in, we had them come back and put in insulation. These doors and those doors have been put in, but on these doors, I'm telling you guys, with COVID, it's just been a royal nightmare. But we literally waited, I think, like 7 or 8 months for these doors to get in. And then when they got in, the top panel and the bottom panel didn't match the 3 panels. The top and bottom panel have 5, where the middle panel have 4. So they have to come back and fix that. That's not actually how it's supposed to be. But when it's done, this will be tiled, the pool will be finished. We're gonna have a TV right here, so I can have all the boys come and hang out and we can watch the big game while we're chilling out in the pool or the hot tub. And I'm so excited for it to get to that point. Then we can pop this garage door open so that there's an open patio here. You've also got an open patio here that connects into the main part of the house. Oh, crap. We've got to rewind. I totally forgot to show you guys the leak downstairs. So we're gonna go back down there really quick so I can show you. So I'm gonna show you guys these pictures right here. We had a ton of moisture. We had it dripping from right here. Once they got the heat on the roof so that that jam was gone, the moisture stopped coming in, which is a major relief. That tells me they at least know what the problem is, and I'm hoping we can get it fixed so it doesn't happen again. My builder is coming in here in the next day or two to rip all these panels off and make sure there's no moisture before we go to the next step. So I'll show you those pictures of the moisture because I took pictures right when it happened. And it's just another part of the game we play with, just stuff happens. It's a big house, and I'm really hoping at one point we can get to the finish line. All right, guys, there is a house update that I know you've been asking for. I'm just as sad, actually, I think I'm probably more sad that we're not at the finish line, but I'm really excited to see how this ends up. I'm confident our builder is gonna do an incredible job, and the finished product will be worth the wait. So if you guys enjoyed the video, remember, I only need 66 million views so that you can pay for how much we're over budget. I'd really appreciate it. Make sure, remember to smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the little bell, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the future videos. Thanks, guys.